Guys, today at 11:15 I had made a video about the potential of the upward movement that Nifty had reflected 11:15 के आसपास. Roughly this was the point when I had made the video, and I had mentioned that अभी जो market का trend है, according to that the market should be going up because it has started to make higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, and it was at a higher low and it followed up with a higher high. So it has hit the exact levels that I had mentioned in my video earlier on. So if someone traded at those levels, they must have made a considerable amount of profit there. Regardless, let's discuss what is in store in the future. Right, so this is where we stand right now. हम निफ्टी पर इस वक्त we are at 18,268 actually. The chart is reflecting 18,308, but in the end the market actually ended at 18,268. So in reality the market is somewhere around here. Right, and what is going to happen now? It's a little tricky. Basically what I think is that the market has made a higher high now in a bullish market. Okay, so before we get to our analysis, let me tell you what this whole higher high and higher low, lower lows and lower highs means. So in a bullish market, in an upward market, no trade, no stock just goes like this. It's impossible for a stock to just keep going like this because there are going to be people who are going to book their profits, जिनके कारण price नीचे गिरेगा. बहुत सारे buyers होंगे, at every time there are going to be some sellers. So कोई भी stock सीधा इस तरह से ऊपर नहीं जाता या कोई भी stock सीधा इस तरह से नीचे नहीं आता. Right? A stock always moves like this. And जब market bullish होती है, which means when the market is directionally upwards, then the market makes higher highs and higher lows. This low and then this low, and then this low will be higher than the previous low, and this high would be higher than the previous high, right? So bullish market में हमेशा higher highs बनते हैं and lower lows बनते हैं, higher lows बनते हैं, sorry. And in a bearish market, however, एक जो bearish market होगी उसके अंदर there are always going to be lower highs and lower lows, right? So if this is one high, then the next high would be lower high compared to the other one, and the next high would be even lower, and similarly the lower lows will be formed. ठीक है, so एक bearish market में हमेशा there are lower highs and lower lows, and in a bullish market there are always higher highs and higher lows. So we had seen that the market had basically moved downwards like this, and it consistently made lower lows and lower highs like this, and now it is in a positive direction, right? And it is making higher highs and lower lows, higher highs, lower lows, higher high, right? And now the market is at 18,268, right? So now the market has made a higher high, which is 18,300. The next stuff that must follow up would be a higher low, right? So this is the higher high, this is the next higher high, this is the next higher high, and this is the low, this is the next low, this is the next, and the next should be somewhat like this, and this is what the resistance was. So now this should be the support ideally, right? So I think somewhere around 18,200 could act as a support. Now this is all fine, but let's understand the dynamics of Nifty 50. This is Nifty 50. This is a cumulative index of around 50 stocks that span across the market, जिसके अंदर IT के stocks भी हैं, बैंक के stocks भी हैं, XYZ. There from A to Z there are like so many stocks in this. Like there are like 50 stocks across all the sectors. So it's not as simple. And a lot of the times we assume कि market would linearly move हमारे according, but ऐसा होता नहीं है. So let's go through some of the other indexes to understand what is happening, right? So I would go through several sectors to share why I am bullish about the market. So first we'll go through Nifty IT. So Nifty IT we have TCS, Infosys, and there are some heavyweights there. And as we can see that over the past week, Nifty IT has shed quite a lot, and this is the time of recovery, and it has only recovered only a marginal amount of what it lost. So if we look at the percentage of fall, it's around 7%, and now look at the recovery, it's around 2%, right? So that is one reason why it seems that the entire market would be bullish. Next we'll look at the FMCG sector. Again, the FMCG sector over the past week has shed like anything. It has come down from 42,000 to almost 38,500, and it has recovered only a little bit. Okay, that's a very marginal recovery. Now let's look at metal. Same story. It has shed quite a bit and recovered only a bit of it. Next we have Nifty auto. Let's check auto, and yep, same story. It's not as big of a downward movement, but we have seen some correction, some recovery, some pullback towards the bullish side, but it's still a long way to go to recover, right? So, and now the interesting thing, the last thing that I wanted to share is our Nifty Bank. And banks are going crazy. This is where the whole pain point is in our bullish plans. That over the past weeks, Nifty has grown almost 4,000 points with no real correction, right? There was a sideways momentum, but this was not a loss. This is also a sideways momentum, and this is not a loss. So as we can see, Nifty Bank is definitely due for correction. I'm not saying that it will correct tomorrow. Today Kotak saved Nifty Bank. Otherwise it was definitely going down. Kotak somehow saved the entire banking sector because HDFC was a little weak. ICICI yesterday grew almost 100 points, and aaj it gave a correction of around 14 points. The entire outlook of bank was looking to correct, but Kotak somehow saved the bank. You should definitely check out how heavily Kotak has contributed to the growth of Bank Nifty today. But long story short, Bank Nifty is definitely due for correction, and that is where the whole problem is. And we have to understand that HDFC Bank, ICICI Bank are one of the most heavyweight companies of Nifty 50, right? They have huge market cap, and their price movement impacts everything. So now we go back to Nifty 50. Nifty 50. Oops. Yeah. Okay. So we have seen that Nifty is showing a positive momentum today. Bank Nifty ने आज बहुत ज़्यादा contribute नहीं किया. It only stayed flat, but still Nifty 50 grew. That is because of IT sector, which partially grew almost about 100 and 150 points, I think. FMCG grew, and every sector only grew a little bit. The potential is great. Bank Nifty is due for correction, but there are 4-5 other sectors जो grow करने वाले हैं, इसलिए overall my outlook is bullish. I won't be surprised कि बैंक निफ्टी इतना ज़्यादा करेक्शन दे दे कि मार्केट कल फ्लैट चला जाए. दैट इज़ ऑल्सो अ पॉसिबिलिटी, बट गिरने का पॉसिबिलिटी I am not interested in selling at the moment. This is how I feel, that market does not look like it is going to sell just because the banks are looking to correct. So my plan for now, for tomorrow, is definitely in the morning to wait for this correction to happen, for Nifty to make a lower or to make a higher low, and then when I get a confirmation here, I will probably enter and try to ride this tide, and try to exit when we get a resistance in this area. So this is my analysis, and do comment, tell me what you guys think about this. What do you think? I think that the overall trend, with everything taken into consideration, is bullish. I stay bullish, and if bank nifty absolutely breaks and collapses tomorrow, then there is a possibility that there is a slight downtrend or a sideways trend, but I'm not looking for I'm not expecting a huge sellout in Nifty 50, because there are 5 other sectors that have dropped quite a bit and that are looking to retrace a little bit. So that is what my analysis is, and I'm looking forward to you guys' comments, and let me know what you guys think, and do consider subscribing and liking. Thank you so much for watching.